Here we go.
Okay, let's do this. Stick it together, everyone.
Persona! Mitras! This area is off limits. Villains who violate the rules will be purged.
What are you, some kind of watchdog? Let's wrap this up quick and shut down those cameras.
Yours.
Okay, got it. Persona, charge, Johanna! Joker, protect our resistance. Johanna! Right in the weak. Just like that. Here. What's wrong? Hammer its weak point with nuclear attack.
I've got your back. Let's try this.
Overkill, well.
Everyone stay focused. Let me get that.
Persona! Come forth! Strike the mountain!
Taking too much damage. The enemy buffed your defense.
You can do it.
Leave it to me.
That's
This is my episode. Gotta exploit those weaknesses. Imagine that hurt.
I get that one.
Charge, Johanna! There, that combo strike was devastating. Not done yet. No middle.
This thing's really powerful. But it's really weak. I feel like I should be doing more, especially in terms of breaking the shields. But the fact of how many times I'm using Freya.
Maybe both.
okay.
So this is the strength of the human
Can't let you
heart.
kids have all the fun.
Amazing! There's nothing standing in our way now. Time to climb that tower.
It's gotta be.
Let's see. Dirty figurine.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Radio signals kaput. That takes care of the cameras. That should allow us to check out those places that were blocked off earlier. Let's head back to the entrance.
Yeah, let's. The way to the castle should be wide open now.
What did the core end up being, by the way? Is this an action figure?
Oh, no way! It's him. It's Zephyr Man.
You mean like the keyword?
So what does that mean? Sorry, I'm lost here.
Jailhouse power sources that act as a symbol of the monarch's power. We call them cores. This is one of them.
This thing? You're telling me this little action figure is a core? Why would this be a symbol of power?
Maybe he just really likes Zephyr Man?
Indeed, and to such an extent that he would call himself a hero.
Even though he's clearly a bad guy. Whatever the reason, we have to focus on securing a route to the castle.
Right. Let's get on back and see if we can't find the next prison key. What's that?
There's a strong-looking shadow ahead. Red light.
Now then.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't overdo it.
Let's get to work. This should be helpful. Which one?
Nope, I don't get it. Ricardo's gear is even up to date, so why is she just not doing much?
Who's it for?
Okay, let's do this.
She's just lagging behind.
Let's go.
And we're off!
Focus.
Please report any evil presence or activity.
What's that? I can see
I think
it.
I found some.
It seems like it'll be useful.
What's that? I can see it. Focus.
Our hero Akira will protect
This is
the
our chance.
Princess
Wanna give him a last surprise? This is our chance. Wipe him out. Let's clear a path. Joker got in a follow-up attack. Damn! Almost as always, Joker. This was over before it began. Good job, everyone. Burn it up! Zero was laser nuclear attack! Super weak to win, so blow him away! Joker, your health is bad!
Yeah, just jump on a car, people.
Finish him off.
Not good again.
Yeah, I could get used to this.
Okay, let's keep it moving.
All hail the great hero Akira.
I'm not sensing any shadows. We're safe here. Looks like that elevator will take us closer to Kanoe's castle. We're finally making progress. We've still got a long way to go, though.
This is certainly a change of scenery. It looks like some sort of storage warehouse.
Guess the castle's still pretty far off. This is gonna take some serious patience.
Does anyone else hear that? It sounds like a plane or something.
Oh, that's right. There was a train station nearby. Maybe it'll have something to help us get around.
What's that? Focus.
It's not about soundtrack.
What's that?
It is the best Dungeon Theme in P5 game what you want from me. It's not about the cats up at a battle theme.
I like it, but I still like Alice's theme more.
Switch out.
Try! There! That combo strike was devastating! Not done yet. Charge!
I was thinking to go check out something. Alright, I've returned.
Alright.
More to go! Warning! This one's gonna be rough! Use this!
This might be what we need.
Whoa, we're actually going through here? Oh, you guys are nuts.
Make sure to watch your step!
It's a shadow! Stay alert!
Those are infrared sensors. I don't recommend trying to pass through them. What? But the station is right there!
Hey, I don't know a damn thing about this kind of stuff, but couldn't we just turn those things on?
That's true. There might be a prison key that controls the sensors.
Right. Let's see if we can find it.
We can do it!
Look at all these containers. What do you think's inside?
Judging from all the other shit lying around, I'd say it's probably weapons or some kind of freaky machines.
It could also be food. And I wonder what people from the future eat. Some kind of nutrient jelly ration, Arthur! Classic dystopian diet! Quick switch!
I'll do it. Let's go. Wapo! Mitra! Okuninushi! Hyun! Okuninushi!
Gotta exploit those weaknesses! Good job, Joker! That was wind or nuclear attack! Following up!
Let's go. Come.
Another one is ready to this place, goddamn.
Persona!
I'll cover you. Strike! We're sitting there right now. Stay on the offensive.
It's tough, but it's weak to fire! You can handle this!
Let's go.
Now we're getting out Valkyrie without even needing to freaking sacrifice to the most powerful sword we currently got. Nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
Why can't we run away?
Really? I thought I already died.
Another job? Well done. Stay focused, everyone.
No worries.
It's in your hands.
Leave it to me. Keep the house down. And up to the old door.
Appreciate it.
Right now. Oh, Persona! Right in the way for now. I gotta keep up. Persona! No worries, I'm shadow looks like it'll put up quite a fight. We can always avoid it if you want. Look, there are even more infrared sensors here. We really gotta do something about those. Let's find that prison ASAP.
Ready? Sorry, I went through you.
This is bad. This is really bad. Don't worry, everyone. We can do this.
I'll hunt you down. Do it.
Okay, got it. Out of our way. Those weaknesses. I imagine that hurt. Looks like this one's weak to
Yes, I remember. Saw Xenoblade 2 fanbase causing another freaking controversy, as I'll probably later question why people don't like them again.
Okay, you kids learn.
Why? And as I usually do. Oh, simple.
all battles were
Okay.
Spoilers, Xenoblade 2 and 3, I guess. Remember how I showed you freaking Rex has 3 wives?
Yeah.
The English VA for Pirate Myth does not like that.
Well,
She thinks it's out of character and ridiculous. Especially since 2 out of 3 of his wives are literally related to each other. Well, technically related to each other. Because, actually, no, they're directly related to each other. Freaking Pirate and Myth are the same person. It counts. It's self-set. It's technically self-cess.
okay.
But yeah, they feel like that. Also, that whole aspect makes the whole thing like a kind of a weird thing that she just doesn't like. And Xenoblade 2 families, of course, like anytime someone criticises Xenoblade 2, took that as a major attack on the video game. And then started using it as quote unquote an example of why English VAs are trash, despite the fact that the same fan base that swore up and down the English voice acting for Xenoblade 2 is good, despite the bad direction.
Man.
Let's see if we have anything else here.
Yeah, just people went nuts to the point where the VA's name was trending on Twitter. And she's like, damn, y'all really that passionate over this.
Shadow sighted. Don't make any sudden movement.
Some are saying she's acting like she knows better than the writers, which she didn't say that. It's just the fact that it's a case of when you literally voice the character to be in the character's head. You may have one idea for the character, while the writer may have another.
So if we find another door like this one, we should
Case in point, you played Black Ops 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Great. The Frank Woods in Black Ops 1 and 2 would have been a very different character if it were not for the VA.
Oh.
Treyarch had a different idea for the character, and the VA basically pitched a whole new idea for the character.
Oh.
And he also had to re-audition for the character because F him, I guess. I mean, he got the role clearly, but they made him re-audition. Like, I got to re-audition for the character. I literally just helped you write the damn character.
Yours.
Yeah.
Now you're like, great, re-audition for this new version of the character. Yeah, imagine it. Yeah, imagine how that worked. Or freaking Last of Us. Freaking. Originally, there are several scenes in Last of Us Part 1 where you see Ellie struggling, right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, you know the scene with the freaking ambush with the guy who's trying to be hurt?
Yeah.
Originally in the script, when you got out and freaking Ellie's in danger, Ellie would have done nothing to try and fight back.
Well, that's a nice surprise.
Oh.
And the VA was like, why is this person in a post-apocalypse not struggling? And the writers were like, oh yeah, she should be struggling more considering she's literally in a post-apocalypse, therefore she should know better than to literally just sit there and let someone try and drag her away. Sometimes the VAs notice something in your writing that makes you go, oh wait a second. or even during localization. For example,
Give up already.
yeah, I think it was freaking
I never
Akiba's Beat. That's what it was. Akiba's Beat, where the localizers noticed that several of the stories in the game were parodies off of actual Japanese stories, right?
I'd like to try
Yeah.
it out next time.
But freaking one of the stores was flat out called freaking KKK witches.
Okay.
Oof.
And localizers are like, you know what that means in the West, right? And the people making the game didn't, so they changed the name. So they changed the name for the Japanese and English version. It's kind of like how Corpse Party Blood Drive has a room in the game called the Holocaust Room, because it apparently calls it something different in Japanese. But around Blood Drive, it's called the freaking Holocaust Room.
Yeah.
But they kept that one in the game.
Oh.
And it's like, yeah, sometimes some people down the line end up noticing something that someone may not have noticed or have an idea that freaking they know it. I mean, another big point is Injustice 2. How do you feel about the freaking animations for the Supers in Injustice 2?
It's in your hand.
Well,
Huh?
I said, how do you feel about the ultimate animations in Injustice 2?
They're alright.
Great. What if I told you at least a bunch of those ideas were drawn up and the concepts were came up with and drawn up by a person who wasn't even a freaking artist on the team.
Oh.
It was someone there who worked for the company temporarily that freaking worked with Ed Boon, and Ed Boon just assumed the dude was an actual, like, NetherRealm studio employee, like, full-time. But he actually wasn't. He was only there temporarily, and he ended up leaving after Justice 2 released, and Ed Boon was surprised that freaking he thought he just assumed the dude was just like another NetherRealm studio employees. And like, no, I'm drinking the temp guy who was doing something else, nearby in the same studio, in the studio adjacent.
And it
Once
worked
again,
out.
and the dude freaking designed several freaking Ultimates and freaking Injustice 2.
Checkpoints over there.
Like, I know the ones on top of my head that I know for a fact he designed was like the one for Bane and freaking whatever the name of the ice guy in Injustice 2 is.
Sub-Zero.
I said
He's the
ice
guest
guy in
character.
I said the ice guy in Justice 2, not Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat.
Mr. Freeze.
Is that Mr. Freeze again? That was a different person. That's a different name. That's what I said ice guy. That was somebody else.
It's been a while.
We found our prison key. Only thing now is, how do we get there?
I don't see a keyhole. How is anyone supposed to open this?
Well, the door's color is white. So if this is like the other ones, then we gotta find a white switch. Let's
Damn,
take a look
everything on
around.
Google just keeps telling me freaking. So I just put an I. It's just Sub-Zero, 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 Sub-Zero. Freaking
Yeah.
obsessed with Sub-Zero motherfuckers. That's the guy that I'm looking for. Looking at all the characters right now. Oh, that's not you. What the fuck? Captain Cold.
Oh.
Yeah, I know for a fact that those two was someone who didn't even work for NetherRealm Studios came up with their Ultimates.
I can see it. What's that?
Like, if you want a person who actively try to act like they know better, granted this was probably done out of spite and not intentionally trying to believe that they know better, then look no further than freaking the VA for Paimon and Genshin Impact.
Oh.
Who just started making stuff up about the character and said, nah, this is legit canon stuff, solely because well, I mean, the Genshin Impact fan base sucks, so I can understand the hostility, but it doesn't mean you just start making crud up for the sake of trying to piss people off.
An easy win, don't you think? You should apply the same effort in the next battle.
At that point, you're also shooting yourself in the foot if people catch wind that you're just making crud up about their title.
Focus.
Yeah, back to stuff, freaking people knowing stuff.
They don't see us.
Uh,
Go for an ambush.
How did you feel about the zombies mode in the Treyarch Call of Duty games?
It was fine.
Great. What if I told you that wasn't supposed to be in the game at all?
Wait, really?
I love this story. The humble origin story of Call of Duty Zombies that became a worldwide phenomenon was literally just some project where several developers were, well, the one person was like, hey, some of the animations in the game make the character stumble and look akin to zombies. So one person decided to grab like 3 to 4 other devs, and they all made this project that turned into Nocturatoten. They then showed this to the higher ups of being like, hey, this can be a little fun thing which we can just put in the game. The higher ups didn't even want the thing in the game at all, which is why when Call of Duty World at War came out,
Nothing on my radar.
they didn't advertise zombies. It was just something that you unlock at the beginning of the campaign. It was like, and now you're just thrown into Nazi zombies. And then that one little thing of just a couple of 2 people making a thing became this freaking worldwide phenomenon to the point where other non-Treyarch titles also have their own version of zombies with their own different storylines, and gimmicks. But it was originally just something a couple of devs cooked up together because they thought it'd be a cool idea. And once zombies became popular, you will actually notice newer prints of World at War actually advertise zombies on the back. It went from something that they were like, fine, put it in, but don't tell no one about this, to advertise the crowd of this. Oh my god, this makes bank.
Yeah.
It was to the point where people say that for Black Ops 3, one of the DLCs released was called Zombies Chronicles. Zombies Chronicles is literally remasters of Zombies maps from Black Ops 1 and 2, and now playable in Black Ops 3. People still cite this as being one of the most popular DLCs to ever be purchased on PSN.
Wow.
Remasters of previous Zombies maps for Black Ops 3. That's why people generally say that Black Ops 3 is the best Zombies game, because you get the stuff of Black Ops 3 and also remasters of maps of Black Ops 1 and 2, making it a best of both worlds.
Let's keep moving ahead, shall we?
Hell, I showed you stuff about zombies and how zombies went from, here's this nice little mode thing, to, yeah, what if we made a map that had George Romero, Danny Trejo, Michael Rooker, Sam Michelle Gellar, and Fred, and freaking, don't tell me his name, my brain just died. Oh my god, I remember his last name is England. I have this up in his first name. Robert England.
Yeah.
Door. It's not the type that opens with a switch. We need Oracle for this one.
All right, I'm gonna start the hack. You know the drill.
I mean, freaking the final DLC map for Black Ops 1 was Moon. Complete with space physics. They went nuts with it. They went, hey, how do we end this off in a bang? Going to the moon.
I never miss my.
And the fact that it just keeps going and going to the point where Call of Duty Zombies is still going with a new story arc.
Not bad.
And doing microtransaction stuff that makes people uncomfortable.
Of course.
I mean uncomfortable not in the microtransactions. I mean in the I don't know how I feel about this kind of thing.
We might be able to use this. Is there a switch somewhere?
In this case, for a good portion of Call of Duty Zombies, the villain of the story is Samantha Maxis, who's a small child, right? Later, she's one of the villain. Then I'm not gonna explain the story of Call of Duty Zombies. I don't have 5,000 hours to explain that. Anywho, in the current zombie storyline, Samantha Maxis is an adult and part of the good and part of the good guys. Would you like to purchase a microtransaction to put her in a wedding dress?
Bruh.
That's when you might uncomfortable. Also, it's not even a wedding dress costume. It's a freaking just a wedding veil and nothing, and that's it. Calling it a wedding dress is false advertising. But you get the idea. Zombies has not become this huge phenomenon. It was just something that they made because, hey, wouldn't this be a cool thing? I mean, freaking. Of course, everyone's go-to example of a small thing that turned to a big thing is always freaking Minecraft.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look at also freaking Yakuza, which originally was just, hey, this freaking person who worked on many arcade titles and also made the freaking Super Monkey Ball series was like, I want to make a more adult and mature-centric video game. And went through so many trials and tribulations to try to get the thing made. He struggled hard. On top of the fact that he basically came up in asked Sega for more and more money to the point where freaking CEOs were fuming. I mean, it paid off in the end, but freaking sometimes small things end up becoming big things. I mean, look at the fact that freaking reminder. There was a point in time where Yakuza titles were not being localized, and now look at them now where they're releasing Yakuza games. And at the same time everywhere as in Japan.
So you're the ones who've been wrecking our security. Unacceptable. Prepare to face the almighty hammer.
It's why Nagoshi, who was a creator of Yakuza, but also no longer works at Sega, mentioned how now you have like before Yakuza got put on Game Pass, freaking when he noticed Microsoft being like, hey, can we get some of that Yakuza money? He's like, oh, now you guys want Yakuza. Where were you guys like in the 2000s while I was trying to find a platform? But now you want Yakuza. Like, dude was so willing to be that guy. And honestly, he would have deserved it. He would have deserved to be just be that guy. Like freaking even Nintendo fans are like, why is there no Yakuza on Switch? It's like, oh, now you want Yakuza. Although there's a reminder and fun fact, Yakuza 1 and 2 HD were released in Japan only on the Wii U. Note these are not Kiwami 1 and 2, which are remakes of those games. These are HD ports of the OG PS2 games, and they were on Wii U. It completely bombed on Wii U. Oof. Combined with the fact that once Wii U and 2 was Japan only, it just apparently is on the goddamn Wii U. But technically, Nintendo fans did have a chance. It's also probably one of the most obscure titles that are released in the series. Because generally, who knows about? We didn't know about that. And some small things become major phenomenons. I don't think of anything else off my head at such humble beginnings.
mine.
You guys have burned a lot of stamina. Don't overdo it, okay?
It's glitchy. There we go.
Take them down with a follow-up attack.
We're not done yet. I've got your back.
What's on the way?
Elgin!
Alright, man, that shot's gonna be real big. I was like, I'm fine with being shocked. Throughout that whole duration, I was still being shocked. I couldn't move. My God.
Happens.
Another one that's, I don't want to say necessarily small beginnings, but more kind of irony. Freaking Blaze Blue franchise. Arc System Works had their IP, Guilty Gear. Thing is, they didn't own Guilty Gear. I believe it was Sega that did. So since Sega didn't want to make a new Guilty Gear game, they come make Guilty Gear. So they needed a new IP for their company. And from that came Blaze Blue, which was also designed to be a more simple game, for the reason that while Guilty Gear had a devout, very loyal fan base, there wasn't many of y'all.
Try this one out.
There wasn't many of them. And I know Shaquille is probably out there freaking groaning because he was one of those freaking Guilty Gear fans. But facts are facts. So they made Blaze Blue and designed it to be simple.
Should we still attempt to fight?
Cut to Blaze Blue Central Fiction, that is the last canonical title in the series, and it went from a simple franchise to now being its own complex fighting game. It's all being way more complex, to the point where Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle was a very simple crossover between 4 different IPs. Technically, it went up to like 6 with DLC. And the reason for that was because it felt like trying to make a crossover title that was just with Blaze Blue characters would have been difficult because of how complex Blaze Blue's gameplay has become. And it's funny to take into account the fact that the whole point of Blaze Blue's gameplay was to be a simple fighting game that anyone could play. Instead, you ended up becoming the very thing you were trying to avoid in order to get new audiences. Irony. I mean, it worked out since Blaze Blue is a beloved fighting game franchise. Even if it's basically, it's like, I don't want to say dead, because it's not dead per se, but they're not doing any new Blaze Blue titles. Because despite popular belief, Blaze Blue ended.
Give up already.
Granted, where it ended was not the end point that the creator wanted to end on. In fact, this was just supposed to be one arc in the franchise, and then they would do the next arc. But Arc System Works like, nah, guess what? We got back the rights to Guilty Gear, and people were actually playing Guilty Gear for once in their lives. So there hasn't been a new Blaze Blue title since BB Tag 2.0. That was a long time ago. Even then, BB Tag doesn't play anything like Proper Blaze Blue, because it's just meant to be a way more simpler fighting game. Some would say too simple. And they would be right, but beside the point. Listen, man. If an auto combo does more damage than actually learning how to play a character, there's something wrong here.
Christ, these bosses have been more fucking tanky.
That's how it's supposed to be.
I mean, yeah, people generally say Striker is probably the most more balanced freaking Persona game in years. To the point where freaking things actually feel like a threat.
Here.
not doing
as opposed to something like P5 or P4 or P3 or P2. Pretty much final boss kicks their ass anyway.
How's this? Let's try this.
so well. Please keep. All right, it's open. Come on.
Hey, it's just one cliche after another with these guys.
Go time. Maximum power. Whoa. Want another level, Sophie?
I'll take it from here.
Yeah. Amazing, Sophie. I don't know how you do it. Enemy power level. Nothing special. Take it.
That was a little furry. Guess not. There we go. I mean, you want other form. I wasn't necessarily humble, but spiteful beginnings. The effing PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I know about that.
Imagine creating one of a freaking major dominant console at a spite.
Yeah.
This one.
Thank you.
I'll do it. Let's go. Metron, what up? Metron, gravity step.
Enemy stop. Send it off with a fusion attack.
You're mine.
I mean, also look at the Zelda Majora's Mask. Imagine making one of the more well popular and known Zelda titles because of a bet. Hell, no else was made because of a bet. And then Eddie.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
Another one also had humble beginnings. That's at Freddy's.
Yeah, don't I know? Woo! I was there. I remember.
Well, I mean more so, not just the fact that the first game is simple, and more in the sense of what led to the creation of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah, I know that too.
I'm sensing less enemies.
I mean, look at a project that I'm currently want to know more about, Eater Nights, which I've never told you about. You think I would have?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. That's the one that you keep backing, but there's no updates, right, or something like that.
No. Eater Nights is not. Was not crowdfunded.
Oh.
So this story is going to beginning of Eater Nights. So cut to the Persona subreddit, where there's a person constantly talking about a game project they're working on influenced by Persona, where it's instead of being a turn-based RPG, it's going to be an action RPG. They kept showing it around the Persona subreddit, and people were like, that's a pretty cool thing that you're making, the original thing that you're making. Then cut to a PlayStation State of Play, where the title Eater Nights was revealed, and it was that freaking game that from Persona subreddit now having the backing of Sony. Which is also why the game is also a PlayStation exclusive, when the guy originally said that he would release it on Switch. Get it, Switch fans.
Rip.
So just seeing going from, hey, I just made this small thing to, oh, I got picked up by Sony, and now it's gonna be a freaking game. That's gonna be a title. It's also advertised by Sony, coming out on PlayStation 4, PS5, and PC. Last thing we heard about the game was back in February, where he said they were doing voice acting for the game, the voice acting recorded, and he said freaking how nuts it was having the characters they worked on now being brought to life through voice acting. I would then say, what the hell was the voice acting in the trailer? But it's probably like what Persona does, which is they just have the VAs dub over the trailer and not actually have the voices done for the game yet.
Power.
Yeah.
Seeing it as one of his cores doesn't surprise me one bit. I wonder if those infrared sensors are gone yet.
Now we can proceed even further. We should head back.
Hey, do you think that'll get us back faster?
Oh, hey! It's a railway for all those containers. Yeah, I know I won't mind if we hitch a ride.
All right then. We're moving.
Still tough. Oh yeah, another one. Another one that started off just one person making a game, which granted is also I kind of use as a negative example, because the example of the internet constantly being like, this will be the thing that will change gaming, and they completely forget about it 5 seconds later. Until they get an update about it every like 2 years. But is the PlayStation exclusive title Lost Soul Aside? It was originally revealed to the internet as a project being done by, I believe, one individual. And it wasn't even something that was even intended to be an actual commercial product. It was just some cool thing he wanted to show off that was heavily inspired by FF15, the Devil May Cry, and Versus 13. But then companies saw that freaking video, saw how well it did in views, and went, how much money do we gotta pay you to make that for us? With, in the end, Sony being the one to pick up the rights to it. And for many years it's been developed. We don't really still know a whole like we've had trailers over the years, but just the fact that it's one of those games that rarely gets updates. Yeah, Lost Soul Aside, another one where one person making this, now he has an entire dev team making his freaking dream project become a reality with the backing of Sony.
The flight from Chuoji, bound for Abeno Haretas, will be departing shortly. Those who seek an audience with Lord Akira, please make your way to the airship departure gate.
Did you hear that? It said airship. An audience with Lord Akira? It sounds like boarding this airship will take us straight to the castle.
Maybe. Still, Kanoe controls every inch of this place. I doubt we could just hop on.
Wolf's right. Let's stay on guard as we make our way to the departure.
Another example is also Cuphead, which was originally just being made by 2 people. It was a dream project. And they went to a point where they were got like freaking mortgages on their home, just to get the money to make Cuphead. And then Microsoft said, how much money do we gotta throw at you to make that to make this game exclusive for Xbox? And then Cuphead got made, and when they were able to include more things. But that Cuphead was originally supposed to only be a boss rush game. There wasn't supposed to be any actual platforming levels. But thanks to Microsoft money, they could include it. They may say, Kenny, if Microsoft paid for it, then why is freaking Cuphead on Switch and PlayStation? Simple answer. Microsoft was just chill like that. Anywho. Which is also what happened with, you ever heard of the Ori titles?
Yeah.
So, also another thing, that's technically was published by Microsoft, and it's like, hey, can we make this multi-platform? Microsoft's like, yeah, sure, whatever, I don't care.
Through here lies the airship departure gate. Those who have not surrendered their desires will not be allowed entry. Airport staff, please present your workers' pass.
You guys hear that? The departure gate's just up ahead.
And we have to surrender our desires if we wish to enter.
So you can't pass unless your heart's been changed, huh? Doesn't sound like we'll be getting in.
Guess we don't have a choice. We'll have to find another way.
Hey, look! Do you think we could get in through that vent?
Ooh, you might be onto something. Nice going, Noir.
Another thing is also how Bungie didn't really have much to try and impress companies with their demo for what would later become Halo, but they didn't really have much they didn't really have much to work with. And Microsoft said, "How much money do we gotta throw at you to make that for our new console, the Xbox?"
Damn, they found us. So we'll just have to take him out.
I mean, hell, look at freaking development hell that was Halo 2, where everything they showed off with Halo 2 when they first premiered it was all lies. Because that game went through development hell so bad to the point where their initial show of the game was really all lies.
Oof.
It's also why Halo 2 ends on a cliffhanger, because they didn't really have time to actually put in the full ending thing they wanted to do. So instead, it took that man to its own game, being Halo 3. Though Halo 3 has its own issues because of this, like the fact that despite the Arbiter being one of the main characters of Halo 3, kind of feels very tacked on and like he has no purpose to be there.
Folks, we have a shadow on our hands.
Mostly because he literally has no purpose to be there. You know, details. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, another game made out of spite. Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake. Metal Gear 2 was made out of spite once Kojima heard about freaking Konami without his approval making freaking the NES exclusive title of Metal Gear 2 Snake's Revenge, which has nothing to do with Konami. And also makes no sense because Snake won in the first game, so what's his revenge for? Dude just went, oh, they're gonna make a sequel. They're gonna make a sequel on my permission, huh? I'll show them an effing sequel. And he made Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. And then took Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, changed some words in it, and then made Metal Gear Solid. Which I say is Metal Gear Solid is very similar to Metal Gear 2.
Show me your true self.
Like self-plagiarism levels of similar.
Wow.
I mean, I already told you to hell and back how Saints Row 2 was gonna be. What it was supposed to happen, if it was gonna happen, it's gonna be incredibly different.
Yeah.
Than what the Saints Row 2 we got.
I'm feeling drained.
Persona! You're mine.
Gotta exploit those weaknesses. Good job, Joker.
Persona! Ravage them! Strike! Switch out!
I'll try. Full throttle. Prepare yourself. Big jump,
Hell, well not freaking video game. I'll still kind of count it. Freaking the first Deadpool film, and the fact that someone totally accidentally leaked that footage, and it totally wasn't deliberate. Because if you were to admit that you did that, that'd be illegal, and you would go to jail. But totally, someone did that by accident. We don't know who did it at all. But it worked out, didn't it? It showed there was freaking interest from the public, and Deadpool 2 ended up the Deadpool film ended up coming out. People liked it.
Wow.
We'll never know who leaked that thing because it's a crime to leak that to leak stuff like that. We'll never know who did that. But hey, don't worry, because Ryan Reynolds is glad that it leaked. But he doesn't know who did it because they go to jail and they want to take credit for it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's another thing. Freaking, you know the freaking show, the old show, like in the middle.
Yeah. Love that show.
Wasn't even supposed to air.
Oh.
Yeah, the higher ups did not like the pilot of Malcolm in the Middle, and we're like, we don't want this airing. But there was one problem those higher ups could anticipate. The CEO of the company going, "Yo, this pilot's hilarious."
Yep.
The one thing they could anticipate, the person above them going, "Yo, this is great." But that's CEO. Freaking, it was the president of the network. It was like, "Yo, this pilot's great. Put that on TV."
Now
Motherfucker just got overruled by the president of your channel.
This is the departure gate.
Dunked on.
Entry denied. Insufficient access privileges. Please surrender your desires or present your VIP pass.
How's that?
So if we get one, even we'll be allowed inside? That simplifies things a bit. Let's go find a pass then.
But who would be carrying a VIP pass? I doubt we could tell just by looking.
If only we knew of a place where such individuals might gather.
Well, if they're important enough to be called VIPs, maybe they'd be in the first class lounge? That's it, Noir. I had a feeling you'd know something about the VIP life. Already gotta read it. Let's check it out.
VIP passes cannot be reissued. Hello.
So you're kidding. So you're first to the front, so kind of back entrance.
Shadow sighted. Don't make any sudden movements.
Something's there. Let's check it out. Think they're onto us. Be more alert from now on. Looks like the alarm triggered its locking mechanism. How lame.
Nothing else past here, Justin? No.
The enemy's on high alert.
There's something
Try not
past
to
here.
do anything careless.
Boarding process in a prompt and orderly manner.
Oh?
What? Fences? How's that?
How about this? You're pretty low on stamina. Might want to head back before it's all gone.
Such garish scenery. Won't win any praise from me. This is hardly something I'd expect from first class.
Fox, this isn't the time. Focus on the enemy.
I can't.
What happened to the guards?
Guess I'll leave it to you.
No more shadows ahead. Listen now. No! Into the zone! Go for it, Joker! Go time! Maximum power! Whoa! Almost there! Let's get him! We'll try! The enemy boosted their speed. Stay on your toes, people. You guys have burned a lot of stamina. Don't overdo it, okay?
Not one on the scale of humble beginnings. Freaking the Southern Cargo franchise. All created because a man dared to ask one question. What do boobs look like in 3D?
Oh boy. Of course.
That is not a joke. That's also why Southern Cargo started out as a 3DS titles. Yes. Nope. 5 novels appear. So let's launch pads. Go to a lounge room. Go to the first class lounges. Go check them out.
Using it. Time to use this. Using it. Using it.
Yeah, Southern Cargo there you go. Created because the dude just wanted to see boobs jiggle in 3D. Just like how he made a freaking pinball spin-off. Why? Because dude just wanted to make a pinball game. He is a simple man, that one.
Yeah.
We can do it.
And managed to make an entire franchise out of it. A franchise that localizers were very mad at and tried to sabotage. Thing is, they didn't work for the company that was actually localizing the game, so they had no actual say in it. But they were mad when it was confirmed that's gonna get localization. Boy, were there some butthurt motherfuckers.
Enemy power level is nothing special. Take it down.
Appreciate it. I feel that.
Oh, another weird thing. Look at also the Galgun series that originally started as an as a Japan-only Xbox 360 exclusive title. Those are words that should not go together.
I was about to say, excuse me?
Galgun, Xbox 360 exclusive, Japanese title.
Wow.
Those are words that should not go together. Anyway, I say this because let's cut to what today nowadays. The most recent title release was a remake of the first entry. Why is this relevant? Because Microsoft banned this game from coming out on the Xbox One.
Wow.
We went from Microsoft exclusive to Microsoft going, get the F out of my office.
That was over before it started.
Okay, let's keep this up.
Whoa! Who the hell are you? This area's VIP only.
Yo, you think this guy's a VIP? Bet he's got a pass.
Oh, I'm sure we can get into part ways with it.
Hey, take it easy. This is less phantom fees and more just fees.
Two will exist.
Quick switch! Almost! Summoning!
Hey, she's good.
You're not good. Take this! That one's tough. Everyone stay following up. Wicked follow-up, Sophie!
I can get that one.
You're not good. That was a clean hit! Cool, Sophie! You could use that. Good. Let's deliver the egg! It's showtime! Go for it, Joker! This is big trouble! Take this! Showtime!
Shred 'em.
Maximum power! Whoa! Great job, Sophie! Take this shit and it. Let's go! Full throttle! You're powerful! Weak to one attack! Give up divine punishment! Absolutely hit! Cool, Sophie! Not bad, right? You're incoming attack! Brace yourself! Solar is gone from battle! Can anybody please out of the battle? Someone heal her up!
Let's go. Take this.
Nice, Joker! Hit its weakness!
Excellent work.
Persona! Ravage them!
Joker got in a follow-up attack!
Persona!
Enemy shock! Send it off with a
You're
triple
mine.
attack! You know it! It's on the book! Ready? Joker defeated a strong enemy! Just like that! Ooh, check out my new skill!
VIP pass obtained.
We have our VIP pass.
Great! Now we can ride that airship. Let's get back to the departure gate.
My stamina is very low. This could be dangerous. My!
There.
Thanks!
Okay, there. This one.
So grateful!
This one. There.
I appreciate it.
This one. Okay,
Thank you!
there. This one.
I
This one.
appreciate it. So grateful!
Oh!
Let's go.
VIP pass accepted. You are cleared to board.
Alright, it's open. Let's make our way to the castle. Wait a second. This is a prison key.
This must be an air traffic control tower for the airships.
It might be a good idea to get this place under control if we want a safe flight.
Agreed. We can stop the other airships. It might reduce enemy reinforcements later on.
All right then. If that's the plan, let's make shit happen.
Got the core!
Interesting. A Medice Company badge. Its symmetrical design is rather appealing.
It cleared all of the prison cubes. Let's go ahead and board the airship.
I can see it.
I just remembered, people are freaking Dragon Ball Super fans are freaking butt mad that just pick up front of Dragon Ball Superhero made more money than Dragon Ball Super Broly.
Really?
Yeah, because people are like, why would Superhero make more money? It's such a lame and trash film. I think Superhero's better than Broly, but that's beside the point.
So basically, because Goku and Vegeta aren't in it equals bad.
Let's see, for people, it's a combination of Goku and Vegeta aren't in it. There are people who still, for some reason, think that Gohan is the protagonist of Superhero when he's not the protagonist. Piccolo is. There's people who freaking hate the CGI, which is, you know, that's subjective, so fair enough. There's just, there's also people who don't like the fact that the first half of the film is centered more on Dragon Ball-esque comedy, which I feel is the better part of the film.
I never miss my
Do they expect it to be like serious?
No, it does get serious in the second half, but the first half is more like Dragon Ball comedy. Which people feel like, why aren't they actually getting to the good part of the film? It's like, because you aren't in a good part of the film. Both parts of the film are good, but I feel the better parts are the comedy. Because it feels like it's not only just Dragon Ball as comedy, it also feels like it feels like it's definitely written by someone who is a fan of Dragon Ball, and has Piccolo does stuff that feels like it's also taking the piss as a franchise itself.
Yeah.
But some people are like, no, I want Broly where it's just one big fight. Other people don't like the fact that this made money, not because they don't like superheroes, because they feel like this means future films will be CGI based as opposed to hand drawn.
It's not necessarily true.
And other people just want Dragon Ball Super Anime to come back.
Ha. Yeah, I heard I keep forgetting his name. That fucking goat guy from the manga. I heard that everybody's excited to see him. Moro, I think is his name. Yeah.
Oh!
Holy shit! I just caught that. What the fuck happened?
Blinking you missed it moment.
Holy shit!
Oh!
Holy God! Whoa! Yeah, they definitely amped up the difficulty for his fucking part. Makes me a little concerned about the boss fight. We're having trouble with just the fucking, like, side bosses here. How hard is Konoe's fight? Jesus. Man's about to one-shot nuke us. Man's gonna equip his fucking Iron Man. He's gonna hold out his hand, just blast us, boom, we're dead, done. GG, well played. Oh, good lord.
Yeah, there are people who are mad that superhero made more. Oh, there goes Sakichi. Now we had the inverse. There went Sakichi. He was here.
Yup.
Listen, I know you got the name Final Assessor. Be a chill.
I think the movie was good though. I mean, that's why I haven't seen it. I've seen clips from it though.
To highlight of taking the piss, there's a scene where Piccolo, while just, oh my god,
Jesus.
Piccolo, while disguised as one of Dr. Heto's henchmen, freaking pretends to threaten Pan, and mind you, he told Pan about this whole plan. So
Oh
she
yeah,
in on
to
this.
motivate Gohan. I saw that.
Yeah, freaking Gohan, it works.
I'm gonna say this: Cell Max's screams are a fucking mood.
A new skill. Not bad.
Like, how you gonna hate on that though.
Also, I just now seen the fucking Xenoverse clip with fucking UI Goku sounding like a robot.
Dude, Metal, we got it. Dragon Ball's now copied Sonic has made a Metal Goku.
Holy shit!
What?
Bring it on, Gohan.
You know, clothes much larger than I imagined. Right, let's hop on, take this thing straight to the castle.
I saw some other clip too where everyone was like, "Oh, Gohan is some edgy 2000s teen now because he said, I've awakened the beast within me" or something like that.
So that was an airship.
Some edgy ass fucking Facebook post. You have awoken the beast within me.
I'll just add this.
Alright then, what just happened annoy you?
Oh, what do you mean with the constant one shots?
Oh no, the fact that
No enemies in
the characters kept mentioning the airship and there's no actual animation of you being in the airship.
Oh, motherfucker, there wasn't. I looked away while I was talking. Shit.
Yeah, it wasn't. It cut to black and now we're here.
Ah, of course. No airship budget, right? I don't got the airship funds, I know. Holy shit.